What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Tony Mo from Pixabyte, and today we are taking a look at Dust and Elysian Tail, a 2D RPG developed by Humble Hearts LLC. The game just released on Steam and is available for $14.99. Now, if you pick it up before the 31st, you can actually grab it for 10% off, so that makes it $13.49, save you a little bit of money there. Now, originally, Dust and Elysian Tail released as an Xbox Live Arcade game back in 2012. It got really great reviews. It is an amazing game, and it's finally here on PC for us PC people to check out and just enjoy. I mean, while it's 2D and it's an RPG, you may think it's a little shallow. This game is super, super deep. It's fantastic. But a little bit of the story. We play as Dust. You can see our main character here, our sort of mysterious sort of warrior. And then you can see Fidget here, who is actually talking to us. This whole game is actually voiced entirely. Every single character has voice acting. It really adds to the narrative. It adds to the game, to the atmosphere, to everything. Fidget is actually the protector of the mythical blade of Ara, which is the sword that we have in our hands. Now, we awaken, we're not sure who we are or anything like that, and the mythical blade actually comes to us, it talks to us, and tells us, well, I haven't been awakened for for no reason. There's something that we need to discover. Fidget comes along, hey, that's my sword, I'm supposed to be protecting it for the clan, and we end up embarking on this awesome journey. I'm already a little bit into the game, probably about 2 hours in. I actually played it on Xbox. I loved it to death, and right now I can tell you guys, you need to pick this up. If you didn't have an Xbox and you weren't able to play it, it's here on PC now. Get this game. If you love RPGs, you will love it. But let's talk about some of the mechanics right off the bat. There's so many things in this game, and I'm actually just at a perfect point to show you guys a few of them. And I actually just leveled up to level 5. You can see on the top left corner there, we have sort of our meters. We have the wind meter on the top, which is our energy. When we use right and left trigger to dodge, we actually drain that. And then we have our health bar, which is red. We also have a health number stat, which we have 1 out of 180. We're pretty low there. We have our amount of coins and then our level. So we're going to press back here. We've actually just leveled up, so that means we get a gem that we can use towards 4 different stats. So we can upgrade Fidget, which increases her projectile ability, which I'll show you guys in a bit. Our defense, our attack, and our max health. We're going to do our max health. Increase that one more. I'm trying to kind of make a rounded character. And that's going to give us a little bit more health there. But if we press back, we can open up our inventory system here. You can see this is where, the RPG elements start to come in. It's very deep. We have a left and right ring. We can augment our weapon with stones to make it sharper, to make it do more damage. We can put some armor on to increase our defense, our luck. And then we have our quick slot, which we can use to equip health items that we can use in the battlefield simply by pressing left bumper to quickly heal ourselves. Now, here's the blacksmith. We're going to talk to Haley. And she's going to allow us to take... She obviously has a crush on us. I mean, why not? We are clearly awesome. We can use blueprints and pieces of materials that we find in the environment to craft things. So you can see we have a pendant blueprint. We have one for a flax sheath. We're going to actually use that. That's a lot. You can see here we don't have enough, though. We actually need shop materials, but we can purchase these because she actually has them. So we're going to purchase... How many more did we need? Okay, let's just go back to the, let's see, flax sheath. We need 10, so we need 6 more. So we're going to purchase 6 more. Yes. What else can we make here? Yes, we'll make that chainmail. Okay, so we need to purchase... Oh, that's something we don't actually have. So you can see that item is flashing red. That means that's an item that we have not yet run into in the game. Now, the item system in this game, you can see the materials here, actually works in a really cool way. You can see it says cataloged in stock. If we find items throughout the world, we can then sell them to shopkeepers who don't have them cataloged. They will give us a ton of money for them, and then they will become available from the shopkeeper to purchase. So, thank you, Haley. And we will head out of here. Now, what we're actually going to do to get out of here, if I remember correctly, is we're going to just simply jump off the sledge. And down we go. Now, this is a save point here. We're going to save right away. We can walk over these. The game will autosave. We can press up, and we can actually save then to one of our save slots. If we have teleportation crystals as well, we can actually use the world map to teleport back to the village, to different locations that we've previously visited. Now, the game is a 2D RPG. As I said, it's very deep. There are a lot of elements to this game. We're actually going the wrong way. Including the way you navigate through the world. You're not just stuck, walking on this 2D plane, never being able to turn back. You can go back and forth. You can revisit areas. And in fact, the village that I visited was sort of a hub where I'm doing many different quests for many of the villagers. And when I leave that, I have the opportunity to access many different locations. Now, Haley's actually gave us a blue resonance crystal. That means that we can now open these gates. So different gates have different resonance crystals on them. As long as you have one, it will open a gate. So we have that one. We can open that. And I'm actually not sure what this is. Whoa. That is the teleporter there. I was like, what is that? So you can see it teleported us back. And here's another blue resonance gate. So that allows us to quickly make it up the mountain to Haley up there, to the blacksmith, without having to just fight up that mountain with all these guys. Now you can see we've gotten back to the sort of hub here. So here's the several different locations that we can access. We're actually going to head back to the village so I can show you guys a bit of that. head back to the Aurora Village. So here's the sort of main village. All of the citizens in this game, you can interact with them, you can talk with them, they'll give you different stories, they'll give you different quests. This is kind of the mayor of the village. It's such a deep game for being 2D, and on top of that, I mean, look at the visuals. This game its hand-painted art style is just simply mind-blowingly gorgeous. I love it. We're gonna hop into a shop here, though.
I have the best selection.
He has the best selection. And we're gonna purchase some health foods, actually, because we're pretty low here. We're gonna get, let's see, let's give us 80. We'll go with a couple, we'll go with a couple cinnamon buns. And we'll grab a chaldu bagi, pork with rice wrapped in a fresh leaf of lettuce. That actually sounds good.
Thank you for coming.
Okay. What I'm going to do is we're going to head back out of the village right away. I just want to show you guys a little bit of the village, and we're going to get into some combat, because that is a really big part of this game. The combat system in this game is extremely deep, beyond what you would ever think would be in a sort of 2D game like this. I mean, recently, 2D games, and back in the day when we thought of what a 2D game was, we thought of something that wasn't relatively deep. I mean, you had like the top-down games, but when it came to side-scrollers, some of them were deep, but for the most part, it was kind of that era when you saw the ones that weren't really, they were just shallow. I mean, if you go way back to like Earthbound, yes, but recently I'm talking like, the 2000s, there wasn't a lot of these really in-depth games, but now we have these games that are just, I mean, they're full-on RPGs. They have the same amount of depth as Skyrim in a 2D setting. It's just, it blows my mind. Okay, you can see a bunch of monsters here. There's lots of different enemy types to run into in this game. They're all pretty difficult. It's not an easy game. Like I said, the combat is easy to learn, but to really succeed and to be able to get through the game on like the normal and higher difficulty levels, you're definitely gonna need to grasp how the combo system works and how to make use of fidget in combat. So I'm gonna fight a few of these guys so you guys can kind of see what's going on. And let's see if we can take these guys out. We'll stop for a second to explain the combat system here. So really standard X, we have to attack here. We can press X, Y, that'll kind of start to string us into other combos. I'm not going to explain all the combos to you guys. There are a lot of them. We can use, Y with different directions to do different things. We can dive through the air with Y here. But one of our main other sort of combat mechanics is using Fidget combined with this. This is our Dust Storm attack. Now, if we press B, Fidget will drain a little bit of our energy, and she will throw these sort of energy orbs out. Now, initially, they don't really do anything, but if we throw the orbs out and then use our Dust Storm here, we can break these orbs apart and turn them into this massive kind of damaging wave of energy. And it works really well for dishing out damage to many enemies and also breaking up their attack pattern. So I'll show you guys a little bit of that right here. Let's throw these out. That's going to throw these in the air. They're just going to start doing damage. While they don't do a bunch of damage initially, if you remember when I leveled up, we had that stat for Fidget. That is a stat bonus that we can put points into to increase how effective that actually is, along with how effective our Dust Storm attack is right there. You have to be careful, too. A lot of the attacks that you use in this game, including the Dust Storm, will actually cause damage to dust, so you have to be very careful to not overuse them, otherwise you'll start draining some of your health away there. That's not something you want to do. Dish out these guys. Now you can see here, I mean, I'm just busting out these different combos. Initially, when you start playing the game, you'll just be using X and a little bit of Y probably. It's all about experimentation, though, understanding, what does what, and you'll eventually be able to string these things together. Now, the energy meter, as you said, it depletes when you use things like your dodge left and right here with the triggers, and it also depletes when you use Fidget's ability there. Now, you can refill that energy meter simply by letting it regain on itself, also by stringing together combos to basically fill that meter. So, plenty of ways to fill it up there. And the combo system is actually something that is used in the game as well to, I mean, it's just, it's there. It's that combo system. How many hits can I get? How much damage can I do? And your combo will essentially be broken as soon as you take damage. So, you really want to make use of your dodge, your different attacks, string them all together. There are points in this game where you will get completely bombarded with massive amounts of enemies. The combat, it reminds me sort of a 2D Devil May Cry in a weird way. It's just, yeah, it's different. It's quite a bit different. Let's see if we can take these people out here. Where are you going, monster? Okay, there we go. Break them up a little bit. Oh. Yes, yes. Yes, taking him down. Alright. Now, I mean, if you guys like role-playing games, you like 2D platformers, you like games with awesome art styles, you like games with great music, Dust and Elysian Tail is all of those things. And it has this weird sort of retro feel of it. It reminds me a bit of the Zelda games, even though, it's not even in the same format as them. But it's just the small little things they do. They create a game with a really great personality, and I think that's why it reminds me of, the Legend of Zelda games like Majora Mask, Ocarina of Time, the original Link to the Past. Because those games have so much personality, so much characteristic, and they're so memorable, they give you this massive feeling of nostalgia when you think about them or when you think about playing them. And Dust has done the same thing for me, and I strongly recommend you guys check this game out. As I said, it's available for like $15, you know, on PC. If somehow you didn't hear about this game back on Xbox, it is available on Xbox still if you only have a console. And yeah, check it out, man. We'll have a link in the description below. And as always, for more awesome games like Dust and Elysian Tail, be sure to subscribe to us here on Pixabay. Till next time, it's been Tony Mo. I'll see you guys later.